This is Hirokun's first gaming news reviews. Hopefully you enjoy. To bite my head off, it's my first one, so there's going to be a few problems with it, but hopefully you enjoy these newscast podcasts sort of thing. Okay, moving on to the first subject, which will be about Star Wars: The Old Republic. If you know the series, this will be created by the first person that did the Knights of the Old Republic, which was on PC and Xbox. It was probably one of the best RPG'd PC games there was in the time. I really enjoyed it. Probably the best Star Wars game. On par with Battlefront as well. I reckon for the best Star Wars game. But having that title really is a heavy burden to have. So there's a lot of people looking forward to this. A lot of Star Wars fans in general that haven't played the other ones looking forward to this. These are some release screenshots. They look really quite nice in some parts. Some parts look a bit tacky, and I'll show you in a second in the next bit. This one's going to be an MMO, massive multiplayer online, and which means its direct competitor is the big daddy of them all, World of Warcraft. Which I'm going to say there's probably loads of people playing World of Warcraft, which will get this as well because they're Star Wars fans. So they both can still be pretty big, but I'm just wondering if the World of Warcraft, may just kill this game in terms of public use and time dedication, because it's an MMO and you've got to build your character up and stuff like that. People will be on on World of Warcraft more. So it could be a big hit or it could be a big miss. I think they're trying to avoid the gap between the new World of Warcraft because, to be honest, graphics are outdated. They brought out the new expansion pack, Wrath of the Lich King, but to be honest, it's still quite poor, quite basic, quite plain, and not much more different about the game. And it's going to get to a point, probably in a year or so, maybe, where people will be looking for that next game. Hopefully, Star Wars: The Old Republic will fill that gap. At the moment, I am not really sure about that. Overall, it does look a lot better than World of Warcraft, and loads of people got high hopes for this. Hopefully, it does look good. More screenshots at IGN.com or Eurogamer as well. Okay, next game I'm going to talk about is Chrono Trigger on DS. If any of you has played the SNES version, it's made by the company Square Enix, and if you played the SNES, as I said, it's supposed to be a very good game. Probably one of the best Square Enix have done alongside Final Fantasy. To be honest, I haven't played it because I've never had a SNES, but I like RPGs, and this does look really good. I haven't got a DS, so I'm going to try to find to play this somehow using an emulator or something, but it does look good. It's going to come out February 2009, and it was a big hit, Chrono Trigger on the SNES, and I think on the DS it would be exactly the same, because there's quite a few RPGs coming out on the DS itself, so it must have a market for it, to be honest. Otherwise, these companies won't bring it out. But it looks really good for a DS game. Basically it's the same game with extras as well, like a new dungeon, additional ending, which would be quite cool, plus two-screen display, touchscreen controls, and Wi-Fi multiplayer. I'm not sure what the multiplayer will involve yet, not much about it, but hopefully, if it's like the new games where you can help each other in quests or stuff like that, that'd be pretty awesome for the DS. If you have got a DS, I would strongly recommend you look this out, and there'll be, I reckon it'll be probably one of the best DS games out. So look forward to this in February. Not sure what date yet. Still on the sort of the subject of Square Enix. The Final Fantasy series, they have not started work yet on the Xbox 360 version of it, which means, because they're supposed to be coming out at the same time with the PS3, which means if they're working on the PS3, it is a slight hint that they may drop the Xbox 360 version and make it a PS3 exclusive, which will be good for the PS3 itself, in Japan even better, and probably in America, probably get more sales because there's quite a lot of people that are still the Final Fantasy players that have the Xbox. So at the moment they saying it's still on the Xbox, and they haven't discontinued using it. But I reckon they're just gonna just use the PS3 version and make it exclusive. Uh, they're saying they're trying to complete the version first before we move on to the 360. We're at a state where we can put the build on a Blu-ray disc and put them on our testing units. Really, to be honest, it should be done the other way around. Put on the Xbox first, then ported onto the PS3. Otherwise, because it's going to be quite hard with the Blu-ray, because we don't have the same sort of power as the Blu-ray discs on the Xbox 360. So, yeah, I'm gonna probably play it. I've never played the others. I've got a PS3 and Xbox, so I could play it if it comes out on either. The only good thing is maybe that they're kind of delaying it, maybe because if they haven't started the Xbox version yet, is they've been getting a lot of stick recently for their disappointing stopgap games, which was Infinitive Undiscovery, which came out a few months ago, and Last Remnant, which came out a week ago, which I played and I was disappointed at. I haven't really played it much though, and I can't give a full verdict yet. Supposedly quite a good story, but a lot of problems with lag and graphics issues and all sorts like that, which they really should have tested before they sent it out. So yeah, some Final Fantasy news. Okay, on to a new game, which is I'm not sure when this is coming out. It's called Bayonetta, and it's made by Sega. And the director for this game is Hideki Kamiya, who has worked on Okami, 2006 story and director. Okami was made by Clover Studios, which passed away or died even, the studios, a year or two ago. Beautiful Joe, also 2003, was made by Clover Studios, and Devil May Cry he's been a director of. This game is basically the Sega version of Devil May Cry. Looks quite like. There's not much on story yet. They're saying the main character is a witch, uses the hair that develops her body in magical attacks against her foes. She also uses handguns, as stated, which I'll show you. There's a picture of. Yeah, there's not much details yet. It looks quite promising. That's one screenshot. A second. Does look very cool. I have to say. Depends what the story is like. If there's a lot of cutscenes and a lot of story in it, then I'm definitely gonna buy it. I like something that has a story, but not too long, like Metal Gear Solid. I haven't played that, to be honest, the Metal Gear Solid, but I heard hours and hours of cutscenes. I don't want that long, but I still want quite a lot of it. Hopefully this will have it. I was disappointed by Devil May Cry, mainly of their thinking of playing that game 6 times or on every difficulty, which I don't want to do. I want to play it, have a really good single player, and then that's it.